Have you ever stopped and thought about what's really happening inside your head right now? I'm not talking about random thoughts or that catchy song stuck in there. No, your brain is pulling off some truly unbelievable stunts behind the scenes. Whether you're awake or asleep, it's constantly working in ways you'd never expect. In this video, I'm going to reveal 10 mind-blowing facts that will completely change how you think about, well, thinking. Ready to be amazed? Let's dive in. Fact 10. Your brain loves to be lazy. Believe it or not, your brain is a bit of a couch potato. It's always looking for shortcuts to save energy. That's why you tend to procrastinate or take the easy way out. It's not just you, it's your brain being efficient. So, the next time you put off that important task, just tell yourself, it's biology, not me. Our brains are wired to conserve energy by favoring familiar patterns and habits, even if they're not always the best choices. Fact 9. Your brain lies to you. Ever been so sure you remembered something exactly as it happened, only to be totally wrong? Yep, your brain loves to lie to you. Each time you recall a memory, your brain tweaks it just a little bit. That story you've been telling for years? It's probably not as accurate as you think. Every time we access a memory, we unknowingly alter it based on our current mood, knowledge, and experiences. Think about that argument where you were positive you said the right thing, but your friend remembers it completely differently? It's not your fault. Blame your brain's faulty memory storage. Fact 8. Your brain runs on autopilot. Ever driven home and realized you don't even remember half the trip? That's your brain on autopilot. It loves turning repetitive tasks into routines so it can focus on other things, like what's for dinner or your weekend plans. Up to 40% of our daily actions are automatic, meaning your brain is constantly switching into autopilot mode to conserve energy. That moment when you open the fridge, forget why, and just stand there? Autopilot mode malfunction. Fact 7. Your brain craves novelty. Ever wonder why you can't stop checking your phone, or why you're drawn to shiny new things? Your brain is addicted to novelty. It gets a hit of dopamine, a feel-good chemical, every time it encounters something new or unexpected. Our brains release dopamine when we experience new stimuli, making us constantly seek out fresh experiences. That time you bought something random online, just because it was new? Your brain was like, yes, more dopamine, please. Fact 6. Your brain can only focus for 20 minutes. Think you can concentrate for hours on end? Think again. Your brain's attention span is actually only about 20 minutes before it needs a break. Our brains operate best in short bursts, with focus diminishing rapidly after the 20-minute mark. Ever tried to power through a long meeting or class and suddenly found yourself zoning out? That's your brain waving the white flag. Fact 5. Your brain can rewire itself. Your brain is like a super flexible sponge. It can literally change its structure and function through something called neuroplasticity. So yes, you can teach an old brain new tricks. With practice and repetition, your brain can form new neural connections, adapting to new skills or experiences. That's why learning a new language or instrument, though tough at first, gets easier with time. Your brain is rewiring itself to help you out. Fact 4. Your brain thinks you're the star of the show. Your brain is a bit self-centered. It constantly tries to make you the hero of every story. That's why when something goes wrong, your first instinct is to think it's all about you. The brain tends to create self-centered narratives, making us believe that we are more involved or influential in events than we actually are. Ever walked into a room and immediately thought everyone was looking at you? Nope, that's just your brain putting you in the spotlight. Fact 3. Your brain hates multitasking. Think you're a multitasking pro? Sorry to break it to you, but your brain can't actually handle more than one complex task at a time. It just switches really fast between them and not very well. Multitasking reduces productivity and makes you more prone to errors because the brain isn't built to handle multiple things at once. That time you were texting, eating, and watching TV, but forgot what you just watched? Yep, your brain hit its limit. Fact 2. Your brain loves a good story. Your brain is a sucker for stories. It's literally wired to remember things better when they're wrapped up in a narrative. That's why a good movie or book sticks with you for years. But random facts? Gone in seconds. Stories engage multiple parts of the brain, including those responsible for memory, emotion, and sensory experiences. Ever notice how you can remember the plot of your favorite childhood movie but can't recall what you learned in school last week? Blame your brain's love for storytelling. Fact 1. Your brain works harder when you sleep. Here's the craziest one. Your brain is actually more active when you're sleeping than when you're awake. It uses that time to process memories, solve problems, and even practice new skills. During sleep, the brain processes emotions, consolidates memories, and strengthens neural connections. That aha moment you had after a good night's sleep? Yep, your brain was working hard behind the scenes while you were snoozing. So, which of these brain facts blew your mind the most? Did you learn something new about how your brain really works? Drop a comment below and share your own quirky brain experiences.